what's going on YouTube? Shouts out to Gennady Golovkin, Triple G. He got the win. Got himself a payday. It didn't look like an easy payday. Kell Brook looked good for 2 rounds. And then after that, that was the end of the story. I think he started grabbing his eye, like pecking at his eye for like the second and third round and stuff like that. And it was over, man. He should have never laid up on a roast. I don't know why he didn't grab more or anything like that, but it doesn't matter. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. GGG did what he had to do to get him out of there. Now, as far as the aftermath, you know what I'm saying? Like the aftermath of all this. I mean, GGG looked vulnerable, man. He really did, man. Those first 2 rounds was like Kell Brook. I can probably play that over and over again and feel so good, But GGG, he had to ruin it, you know what I'm saying? and show up pissed off coming out of the third. And so, yeah, man, he looked desperate, man. Gennady Golovkin, he looked desperate. That's what he looked like, man. He looked like he was desperate, man. Look at the way he was winging those punches. Look at the way he was winging those punches. It didn't look like he was. It didn't look educated, man. The way he beat Kell Brook. It looked like he's like, man, I'm just gonna run through this guy, whether he knocks me out or not. And he, Kell Brook caught him with some good punches, man. He caught Golovkin with some good punches. Golovkin's gonna, he claimed in a press conference that he wasn't hurt. That he wanted a street fight, and I guess he wanted to lure Kell Brook in some kind of false sense of security, so he let the dude hit him in his mouth. I don't believe that. I don't know what guy on his right mind would let somebody hit them in the mouth and all these check left hooks and stuff like that. But GGG is a boxer. He gets punched in the head for a living. It's not like he's a scholar or anything like that. So, yeah, he's no Vladimir Klitschko. You know what I'm saying? He's not a doctor or any scholar guy, coming out of Kazakhstan or something like, you know what I'm saying? So, anyway, long story short, it was a bad look for Triple G. Everybody's coming out of the woodwork now. You got Billy Joe Saunders, talking about he wants to fight GGG. What's his name ready? His mandatory Daniel Jacobs for that WBA strap. I hope GGG doesn't pull a Canelo. Listening to the press conference, it's his this is why he gets so much criticism, man. It's like, Abel Sanchez, and it's funny, like Eddie Hearn is going along with like Abel Sanchez and this hypocrisy and stuff like that. Especially Eddie Hearn. He made a lot of money because he was talking about, the next fight we want to see is Canelo and stuff like that. And then it's the money. It's the money. Because he was kind of like defending Kell Brook, for taking the fight. Saying that Kell Brook couldn't make money versus Danny Garcia, saying Adrian Broner was in jail and stuff like that. That was a big diss, But, it was true at the time. He was in prison for like 30 days. So, and they were making all kinds of excuses. And then when it came down, I don't know who manages Billy Joe Saunders. I don't know if it's Eddie Hearn or Sutherland or whatever that group is. But, yeah, they were really shooting down that Daniel Jacobs fight. And somebody, I think it was like B. Marsh Boxing or somebody, I don't know, it was like EJ Boxing Live or B. Marsh was saying that in the post-fight interview, somebody hollered out Daniel Jacobs' name. And GGG was like, no, not Jacobs, not Jacobs. He said, so he didn't want it. So it looks like GGG might vacate the belt and not face his mandatory Daniel Jacobs, which I don't know why, because Daniel Jacobs got knocked out by Purog. I think it's Purog for Purog, and he did get knocked down by Sergio Mora. So it's not like Golovkin doesn't have a puncher's chance. But I think the real problem is that Daniel Jacobs is a true middleweight, and he himself has a puncher's chance. So I don't think GGG wants that. But anyway, the only person who really came out looking good, Kell Brook, the guy who broke his orbital bone, which was reported in the second round, is he's the only guy that he's the only guy that comes out looking good in this, man. He didn't come out healthy. He didn't come out healthy. Again, a la, EJ Boxing Live. He was like, man, you can get in that ring, but, you can, for that money, but at the end of the day, you're going to be using all that money for hospital bills and stuff like that. So, but, yeah, man, shouts out to Kell Brook, man. Kell Brook did his thing, man. It was exciting, while it lasted. Was it a great fight? Yeah, man, I thought it was good, man. It was entertaining, man. It was Kell Brook. It was a Kell Brook event. You know what I'm saying? I know GGG was a part of it, but I don't think everybody expected GGG to win by knockout. You know what I'm saying? But the question was, could Kell Brook do something great? That's all it was. At the end of the day, I'm sure the fans enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Does Golovkin get any credit? No. Does Golovkin get a lot of criticism? Yes. But at the end of the day, the man's you gotta check it, man. You gotta check at the end of the day. So he's happy, he's feeding his family. You can't really hate on that at the end of the day. You can't really hate on that. So with that being said, I think that's it, man. I just got a question for y'all. If you were GGG, if you were in his position, would you take the fight, like a money fight? You know what I'm saying? Because he is a prize fighter. You know what I'm saying? And I have to put it in this perspective, if I offered you $1 million, to take candy from a baby, would you take it, or would you want to take it from a dude that's a killer? You know what I'm saying? So you either take candy from a baby, or you try to take that candy from a killer. I know for me, man, I'll take the candy from a baby for $1 million. I wouldn't care what nobody said. I was like, yeah, I can face that killer later. Let's build up the fight or something. I'll come up with something. But I'm taking that candy, man. Ain't too many checks coming his way. You know what I'm saying? So let me know what y'all think. I'll catch y'all later. Bye.